All right, so I've started recording, so it should show on the top. For some reason, I am also freezing. So Serini, if you can't hear me, or if I disconnect, just let me know. Let me go back and share my screen. And it could be because I have multiple things and it's slow. All right, so like I said, this is the platform that we'll be using. I'll be sending out an email tomorrow with the step-by-step process, as well as your login credentials, your username and your password. So no need to take any notes. I literally, our step-by-step is very, very, very useful. But anyways, when you get here, you have to sign. I'm already signed in, so I'm gonna sign in so I can show you. Sign in, you click on sign in, and you're gonna put whatever information I send you. This is my personal information, so that's why it's blocked from seeing. But this is how you log in. I'll give you your username, which it may or may not be your email, your DCF license number, and then I'll give you a password. Okay. Once you log in, this is what's going to show up. Okay. It says welcome Fiorella because I'm using it as a test. It's telling me I have $5,000. That's how you're going to know how much money you're going to have to shop. Okay. And it tells you a balance, meaning that every time you shop, it's going to start reducing. So here, there's two things to do, orders or update. The first thing you have to do is update your account. Okay. So you click on update the account. You can't change your program name or your email, but in case you have an alternative number on there that you want to change, go ahead and do so. The purpose to this is to be able to share this information with the vendors, because we want to make sure that they reach out to you. If they've tried shipping and for some reason nobody's there to open the door, we need to have a valid phone number, right? But they shouldn't be calling you for anything else because everything is black and white. Whatever you order is what you should be getting. You also don't have the ability to change the address. If for whatever reason the address is wrong, which it shouldn't be because this comes from your application, it shouldn't be the address to the corporate office. If you're a school with multiple locations, no. We want the orders to ship directly to the childcare centers or the family childcare homes. So the address should be exactly that. Okay, so that's one thing you want to verify. If that is not correct, you are going to email me at Quality Initiatives. You're not going to email me at ARPA. I know I've been dealing with you through ARPA. And the step-by-step guide will have that. So don't think that I'm just throwing that out there. It will be on the step-by-step guide how to email me if you have any questions, but make sure your address is correct. I can't emphasize that enough. Contact name, you'll be able to change if there's a contact person, but that's it. You won't be able to change anything else, okay? And then after that, then you're going to go into orders. But as you can see, there's nothing there because I haven't ordered anything. So I'm going to click on shop. Okay. All right. Now, we have lots of vendors. We have Becker School Supply, Discount School Supply, Frog Street Press, Gardner Media, Hatch, Kaplan Early Learning, Kodo Kids, Lakeshore Learning, Peaky Teen Learning, Teacher Created Materials, Teaching Strategies, The Discovery Source. So as you can see, there's a lot more vendors than what we normally work with. I really urge you to go through each vendor, although you might be set on only ordering from one, so that you can see what they're offering. Some of you may pick a vendor and not know what it is. Some of you may not have no idea what Discovery Source is. I really encourage you to reach out to the vendor if you don't know what it is, because a lot of these materials are going to support your teachers on raising the teacher-child interactions, right? That's what we measure when we go out and we use the class assessment tool. So, and they do provide trainings like the Discovery Source. I know they provide trainings on these materials. The other vendors like Kaplan and Lakeshore, there's really no training to be provided for those. But if needed, like the Discovery Source, Peaky Teen, brand new vendors that you've never really utilized, they do offer support. So that to make sure that you are using the materials correctly, or if you're interested in them before you shop for your materials, that you reach out and you ask them, what is this? But there is all these vendors, so you select what you want, but you can also select by category. So our focus was 3 big categories. We focused on classroom. So that could be, manipulatives. It could be soft corner. It could be, there's an array of things. But the reason why we focused on classroom is anything that really could help increase teacher-child interactions. As you guys know, we use the class tool for VPK and for school readiness. And so our goal is to give you all the tools necessary that we can in terms of toys and furniture to help with teacher-child interactions. And class pretty much touches everything. Outdoor are things in the outdoor playground. You're not going to get a brand new playground, obviously, because that requires permitting. But there is a lot of playground materials and equipment and toys and even shading. A lot of shading. There's also shading that's offered in here. The last category is okay to play. Okay to play in VPK was something that the state really wanted us to do. So this is particularly like if I were to select all vendors and okay to play, these are obviously, there's only 6 packages or 5 packages because these were the only vendors that offered this package. Now the packages aren't all the same. Remember, every vendor's different. So when I'm looking at these packages, as you can see, Becker's offers a $1,000 package, discount 500, Kaplan, Kodo, and Lakeshore, but they're all different things. So if I go into Kodo Kids, I want to see what am I going to get for $1,000 in the VPK. So here's what they get. Kodo Kids is a very like hands-on, very like a Reggio. So if you're interested in like natural things, that's kind of Kodo Kids. You can reach out to them if you want more information since they are a new vendor with us. But this is everything that you get for $1,000 in the okay to play VPK. This is obviously a VPK package, right? So as you can see, by just scrolling down, I look to see if I want this or not. And it tells me the quantity and it tells me a little bit about the description. So this is a discovery board. It's 12 inches wide and open-ended canvas for art. Then it tells me, you know, some things may have descriptions, some things may be very, very generic. So they may not have descriptions like a book. But as you can see, they do tell you the quantity that you'll get of every single thing. So this is your package. So I have $5,000. I want this package. If I wanted 2, I would just change it to 2. Okay. But I don't want 2. I only want 1 package. So I'm going to hit buy. And as you can see, it says no refund. So that's another thing to keep in mind. You can't pick and choose items within a package. You either get the entire package or you don't get it. You can't switch materials afterwards. Once you submit your order, you're going to see there's no changing your mind. Kind of like we tell the kids, you get what you get and you don't get upset, right? Because you can't change your mind afterwards. Once you submit, the shopping cart is closed. You only have access to viewing it and printing. That way, for your purposes, you can print every package you have so that you can check off once you receive the materials, because that's going to be a different conversation, right? We want to make sure that we receive all that, but we'll talk about that shortly. So I'm going to click buy because I want 1 package and it's $1,000. So as you can see, it's in my shopping cart. If I do want to delete it because I said, never mind, I don't want it, I do have access to doing that. I just click on this little garbage can and I put, yes, okay, I want to remove the item. There, it's removed. Okay, so you do have access to editing while you have not submitted. Okay, so let me go back because I want that package and let me go back and buy it. So purchase, buy. All right, and now I'm going to continue shopping. Here it says, I understand that by submitting, I cannot make any changes and that the completion submission of the order does not guarantee final approval. Why do we write that? Well, because as you guys know, there's a lot of you. There's roughly 1,000 providers, and maybe the vendor may run out of some items. They've guaranteed not 100%, but they've guaranteed that they have most of all these products available, but they may be on back order. And our stuff have to ship, deliver, and invoice by June 30th. So if that's the case, they're going to replace it with a similar product. So if you print your package and maybe instead of getting a red crayon, you got a blue crayon, you know that that was a substitution because they really work really hard to substitute it with a very similar product. Okay, they won't be calling you and asking you, can I substitute? They're going to be calling me. Right? So just know that that can potentially happen. In the past fairs, this is probably our 10th fair that I've hosted in the last 20 years. There's really not a lot of that. Very little of that substitution happens. But that's why right does not guarantee final approval. If I submit right now and I didn't finish using my money, it is what it is. So just make sure you don't submit, okay? We don't want you to submit by accident, so don't do that. So continue shopping. So we're going to continue shopping. So I'm done with my VPK classrooms. I don't want anything else, but I want to see what the others offer, right? You could do that. You could do that so you can make a really well-informed choice. So you look at everything. So Becker's is offering you all this stuff, right? The quantities, the descriptions for the VPK classroom. Very different than Kodo. Like I said, it's very different. They're not going to be exactly the same packages. They're just more or less the same categories, right? So this is everything that Becker's is offering me. Okay, so I've looked at it and I don't want to change my mind. So I just scroll back up. There's two ways to go back. You can go back by using the back button, which I'll show you right now in a second, right here. Or you can just use your arrow on the back on the internet, right? But if you go back here, if you click back, it's going to take you back to the very beginning of your search, right there. So I was there in the beginning. So now I'm going to go to discount and take a look at their products. So here are discounts products for that package. And again, I'm making a well-informed decision because I'm going by every vendor and I'm really looking at what am I going to get, right? What can I get that I'm also going to use in my classroom? Don't buy anything that you're going to be storing because we do not want to see these things in closets. We want to see these out in the shelves when you get them in June. All right. Okay, so I looked at that. So you get the drift. I want you to really go through vendor by vendor and really look at all the products because you may not be familiar with that vendor and they may be offering something really, really good and interesting. So here's another vendor. As you can see, it's similar, but it's not exactly the same. Okay. Everybody has a parachute, or most of them, I guess. I've seen that most of them have a parachute and they have these books, The Tiny Seed, if you take a mouse to school. So again, that's kind of that. So now I want to go back to all categories. And now I want to search by class, outdoor. So outdoor, it's going to filter alphabetically. So if you see, I have an arrow here, there's 8 pages of different things. So here it's telling you that Becker's has a heavy duty shade structure right here, $1,000, a light duty shade structure, $1,000. If you want to see what the package is, you just click on that product and look at it. So let's click on this shade structure and see if this is what I want. Okay. As you can see, the color top will vary based on availability. You can't pick the color, okay? The vendor is going to pick the color because, again, there's 1,000 of you and there's roughly $12 million. When I add all of you up, there's roughly $12 million in this initiative. So they may not have red for 1,000 umbrellas, right, if they're ordered. So just keep in mind that they will pick the color based on availability. That's pretty much the only thing that has color to pick. But if I keep going in order, then the next vendor is discount. There's tricycles, there's gross motor, there's sand and water, there's dramatic play. And then continue on to page 3, there's discount. They also offer shade structures. Kaplan offers gross motor, outdoor, tricycles, and so on and so forth. And if I keep going, I get to see all the vendors. There's Kodo Kids again. Let's see what they offer here for infants and toddlers. And it should say, you know, if it's infant and toddler or pre-K. So the title should have that, okay? Again, see how I hit back and it took me back to the very beginning of the alphabet? I just have to go back to the page that I wanted, which was page 4, I think. Here we go. So just keep in mind that it doesn't take you exactly back where you were. It takes you back to the beginning of the alphabet. But anyway, if you keep going, there's the rest of the vendors. Kodo Kids, Lakeshore, and Peaky Teen. So Peaky Teen, so as far as outdoor materials, those are the only vendors that offer outdoor materials. There's more vendors, but they probably don't offer outdoor. Like Teaching Strategies doesn't offer outdoor. They're a curriculum vendor. Although it's not going to be curriculum kits because we had already a different initiative for that. It's going to be materials that are going to support your class interactions. Okay, so if I look at Peaky Teen, this is a new vendor. You may not have any idea what this is. Please reach out to these vendors. Look them up. They're very new vendors, but they're willing to give you guys training and support so that we make sure that you're making well-informed decisions. Now, the biggest question is probably like, okay, when do I get to shop and how long? So we're gonna be able to start shopping tomorrow, but it's gonna close by Sunday. We're trying to do 2 weekdays and 2 weekends to give providers that ability that have family childcare homes and even the small centers that can't shop in the middle of the day because the owners and directors wear multiple hats. we included 2 weekends. So you are going to have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's it. By Sunday midnight or 11:59, the shopping carts will close. So again, I'm going to repeat that. By 11:59 on Sunday, the shopping carts will close. Please, please, if you, for whatever reason, cannot do it, have one of your colleagues do it. You don't want to miss on this opportunity. And the reason why we're going to be so strict on that date is because we have to ship and deliver all these products, $12 million worth, by June 30th. And in order to really meet that deadline, I need you to shop fairly quickly. But I am giving you 4 days. I think 4 days, in the past, we've given you 3, and it's been more than sufficient for you to go through every single page before you even shop, so that you, again, are making well-informed decisions, right? On what you're going to get, what your needs are. Your needs or your wants. So again, by Sunday, please make sure your shopping cart is submitted. It has to be submitted, and we'll do that so that you see. So I'm going to order this because I'm interested in this. So I'm going to buy it. It's $500. And as you can see, it's already adding up that I've utilized 1,500. I'm going to continue shopping. All right. And then now I'm going to go to Classroom to see what they offer. It's the same thing. It's an alphabet order. So Becker's, discount, Frog Street. So now Frog Street is also a curriculum vendor. Let me see what they're selling. So they have a kit called Toddler Dual Language Strategic Parent Conference Package. Again, if you don't know what that is, call the vendor, find out, because if you want to purchase it, you want to make sure that you're informed exactly what these items are, because by looking at pictures sometimes and reading a description, you still may not understand. So I did tell the vendors that I would let you guys know so that you guys make well-informed decisions. So here's this, and I already have the Frog Street curriculum in my program, so I already know what this is, so I want to purchase this, right? So again, I'm going to hit buy, but it also tells me my balance. I have $3,500 left, okay? So I'm going to hit purchase or buy, okay? And then I continue shopping. So let's go through what other vendors are here so that you can see. I mean, I'm not going to open up each vendor because I think we're all familiar with Becker's and Discount and Kaplan and Lakeshore. I want to really show you the other vendors, but you'll have access to going through each vendor yourself. But as you can see, the titles may not tell you fully what the category or what the items are. So I encourage you to open up each package and really take a look at it. But look, this one is giving me a preschool package 3, and then I'm going to read to see what it is. Gold package, and then what is SEL? You may not know what SEL is, so again, read the description, because they shouldn't have used acronyms, but they did. And so you could read here what that is. Okay, so here's another package. Let me go back, and again, it's going to take me back to the beginning. There's STEM. Okay, there's STEM, and there's also STEAM from different vendors, what they sell. There's Frog Street again. They sell various packages. There's Lakeshore. There's Piquitin. Here's another package from Piquitin for the classroom. Look at this, $1,000, and it includes 4 boom boxes and 100 musical instruments, okay? I want that. I'm going to buy that, so I'm going to put $1,000 in my shopping cart and continue shopping, okay? Let me keep going. Okay, there's another new vendor that's very... hold on, Frog Street. Okay, Gardner Media is also a new vendor. They have books. That's what they're offering 2 different packages of books. Infant, toddler, and preschool. Obviously, there's not going to be a description for every book because, again, a book is self-explanatory, but they do have English, Spanish. So take a look at their package, but look at all these books that you get. All these books for the $500, okay? So I'm going to purchase that, and I have $2,000 left. All right, so continue shopping. All right, I apologize. Either the internet is slow or the Zoom. Sometimes when you use Zoom and you have multiple websites open, Zoom is fairly slow. So hold on. All right, Gardner Media, I showed you Hatch Early Learning. Let's see what Hatch Early Learning sells. Like, Hatch Early Learning is a software and hardware technology for childcare centers and family childcare homes. So here it tells you you're going to get 1 of this. So you have to read what that is, right? All-in-one touchscreen desktop computer preloaded with Ignite software. If you don't know what this is, reach out to the vendor. She's available. She's a new vendor with us, and she's Her name is Paloma. She's very, very nice, and she'll walk you through, same as Peaky Theme, Gardner Media, the Discovery Source. All of these vendors are very, very, very helpful, and they're all available because they're all waiting for this moment for you to reach out. This also includes one tablet, although here it says 4. So that's a good question for me to find out, and I will let you know about that. I'll send it on the email tomorrow with your login credentials. I'll make sure I tell everybody what that is, because it does say 1 quantity, but then it says 4 in the description. So I'll verify that. And then it looks like 1 Key Foundations by Hatch Essentials Professional Development for Teachers. Okay. So this package is $2,500. I only have $1,500. If I go to buy it, see, it gives me this. The order amount exceeds your current account balance. So I can't order it. It's not going to let me order it because I have too much. I have very little money and it costs too much. Okay. So since I only have that, let me go to see if there's any other vendor so I can finish shopping, and then we'll open it up for questions. So there's Kaplan. Like I said, it's alphabetized. There's Kodo Kids. They have very interesting products. If you don't know who they are, very, very interesting products. This is what their blocks look like, right? It's more natural. Here they are, very interesting products. Okay, there's Lakeshore, Peaky Theme. Teacher created materials. If you've never worked with them, look and see what they offer. It looks like they're offering you book sets, right? So it looks like they're a book distributor. So let's see. So here is, you're going to get 1 package of 32 books, 29 engaging bilingual books, and 3 professional resources. So again, read these things. It's going to tell you exactly what they are. Let me just go straight to them. See, I could also pick by vendor and just go straight to them if I want to see their materials. All right, there it is. Let me pick that. Let me go back, continue shopping. And let me go to the next vendor, Teaching Strategies. You guys know Teaching Strategies. It's creative curriculum. Teaching Strategies, they're not going to sell you a curriculum kit. So you want to see what it is. They're selling an English and a Spanish. So here it is. Okay. They tell you exactly what's included in this kit. This is the kit that's going to help you increase teacher-child interactions, right? And it comes with some materials. Again, if you don't know what this product is, or you want to know a little bit more before you purchase this, call Teaching Strategies. Ask them, hey, I'm working with a coalition and they're selling me these packages. What is this, right? So again, here's the English one. Okay. And that is, and it includes some books too. That's $1,500, so I can't purchase it. All right. And then the last vendor is the Discovery Source, which I already showed you. They're selling every package. So there's 2 family chocolate home packages. One is worth $500, one is $1,000. 2 infant toddler packages. One is $500, one is $1,000. The difference is that the $1,000 one is going to have a little more stuff. That's the only difference. But they try to put everything in the $1,000 one that was already in the $500. It's just more stuff. But they also offer sessions to learn how to use their products, okay? And again, once again, if you don't know what these are, frame their learning. This helps improve your class scores. Take a look at the description and call the vendor. Find out more about it. They have, I think, weekly meetings with providers around the state. And those Zoom meetings teach you how to use their products. So reach out to them if you need to. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude my shopping. Let me see if I can purchase this. Let me buy 2 of these since I have $1,000 left. I'm going to purchase 2. And that's it. As you can see here, my $5,000. Okay. I can edit and remove if I want to, or I can edit the quantity if I want to. Okay. But I'm not going to for purposes of this training. I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. And that's it with my shopping. Nothing else that you need to look at, except if you wanted to go to the home page, that's where you can download the step-by-step guide. But remember, you can either download it or I'm going to send it to you by email tomorrow. Again, the shopping will take place Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'll close Sunday at 11:59. For those of you that join late, I will stay on the phone about 15 minutes after the last question is answered in case you need me to ask, in case you want to ask any more questions. Other than that, I'm going to go back to my cart and not shop, cart. There it is. So here's your cart, right? I was going to shop, so it was letting me shop, but as you know, I can't shop because I don't have any more money. So my shopping cart is here and I'm going to hit submit. If I don't click that green button by 11:59, I'm going to lose out on a very, very great opportunity. Now the funds, again, how much is allocated to you is already put on your, once you log in with your credentials, you'll have how much money is allocated to your program. The way the funds were allocated was based on the size of the program. So keep that in mind, that if your neighbor got 5,000 and you got 10,000, don't call me and ask me why. It's based on size, guys. Everybody got a little something. And I'm going to hit submit. You may print a copy of your order for your record. Super important, okay? So before I open it up for questions, what's going to happen now? I'm going to print this because I want a copy of this order. And here it is, okay? Not sure why this logo is showing, because the Office of Early Learning is no longer the Office of Early Learning. Sorry about that, but it's the Division of Early Learning, but I will remove that logo before you guys print, which is why we're not launching it today for the last tweaks. But this is my packing slip, so I can print this out, and when I get the materials, obviously I can't see in this package what materials are there, right? So for example, the Discovery Source, I purchased the kit, but when I get the kit, I don't know exactly what's included. You'll still be able to go online to the portal to look at your package. So keep that in mind, that although the packing slip or the print of the order slip only includes the packages, you can still always log into the portal and look at each package by clicking on it, right? Okay, I got the frame for learning. What else is missing? Here's the pyramid model. Now, there's going to be another potential email from our finance team, because they're going to be doing the collection of the packing slips, okay? Super important that you guys abide by that. You don't want to find yourself in paying the coalition back, because if we can't pay the vendor, you're going to have to pay for those materials, right? And how do we pay the vendors? We can't pay a vendor unless we have packing slips by you guys, right? Signed on the bottoms, right? To verify that you actually got those materials, because the vendor can tell me, Fiorella, I shipped that package, but Fiorella is going to say, how do I know the vendor got it? So the vendors are going to be responsible for sending packing slips, and we'll tell you what platform or how to do that. You're going to be responsible for checking off that every item that's on that packing slip, because every box that you get, you should have a packing slip. So if you ordered this Discovery Source Preschool Support Toolkit, it may be in 3 boxes, but you'll have 1 packing slip. So again, you want to verify each item is on there. Okay, we're not quite sure the platform. Most likely it'll be WebAuthor, the same platform that you use for the ARPA Build a World of Workforce. So most likely it'll be that platform where you go in and you sign a form called acknowledgement form. And potentially that's where you may upload the packing slip. And I say potentially because we're still in the development phases. But again, you'll have to fill out a form called acknowledgement form. I, Fiorella, acknowledge that I have received all the packages and that all the packages are complete. Okay. For whatever reason, if something comes damaged, you'll also have the ability to click on the form that says damaged and incomplete. Right? That you're missing something, that 1 crayon or 1 package of crayons that was supposed to be part of this package wasn't included, or that I received the shade structure and it came broken. So you're going to have the ability to on that same platform to tell me if there's a damage or incomplete stuff. Super important that you notify me within 3 days of receiving that package, okay? If you don't notify me, the vendors are not going to be able to replace that broken product and pick up the broken product. So super important that you notify me within, I should say, 3 business days. Obviously, you guys don't work on weekends, so I don't expect you to call me on a Saturday or Sunday or to fill out that form. So 3 business days, you'll be told exactly what platform to go in on and fill out that damaged or incomplete product, okay? Other than that, once you get everything and you fill out your acknowledgement form and you're good to go, there's no damage, there's no incomplete, you're done. The EOC will be able to pay for that product. But until all your items are received, we're not done, right? So if you have a missing product or a damage, that, because I told all the vendors they have to pick up these damaged products. So if you get this big furniture piece for outdoor, like a shade structure, and it's broken, you want to leave it there in the package so that the vendor can pick it up. The vendor will be in contact with you to give you the shipping label and to return that product. They also know that they have to pick up these products fairly quickly. I think we gave them 10 business days because we don't want anyone in your school for inconvenienced of having this product there. Okay. What else can I tell you before I open it up to questions? I think that's it. If I've missed anything, I'll be sure I add it to the email that I'm sending out tomorrow, but let me stop sharing so that we can now go into questions and you can raise your hand. And I already see Miss Annie Benedetti. You have your hand up. Go ahead. Yep, you can. I already asked you to unmute, so you should be able to unmute.
How are you? Good morning. So
Good
I
morning.
apologize for being late. Question, because I didn't get the beginning. It's not just for playground then. All the materials are also for the classroom.
Yes, there's 3 categories. We have outdoor, we have classroom, and then we have okay to play in VPK. So that's a particular VPK package, but the other 2 are different types of materials and are furniture for the inside. And then same thing for the outdoor.
Okay, so it's the total amount of money with all of that to pick, and it is what it is, correct?
Yep, correct.
All right,
And the
got
materials, thank you for asking. I just thought about something now that she asked. Once you pick and you get your materials, also know that these shipping carriers have to deliver inside your program. We don't expect them to leave a pallet outside with these boxes for you to unload. So if that happens, you immediately pick up that phone and you try to get a hold of me. Leave me a message. Don't call me 10 times in a row. Leave me a message and I promise I'll get back to you because I do have 1,000 providers to respond to. I oversee this project. But we don't want that to happen. We know a lot of times this has happened in the past where the carriers, whether it's UPS, FedEx, or they call them GNL, or they have to unpackage that pallet. If it's a pallet of stuff, they have to unpackage it and bring it inside your program wherever you tell them to leave it. Okay, so keep that in mind.
Okay,
thank you, Annie. That helped me remind.
Unpackage means just
Add a
taking it
pallet.
inside and putting the pallet, obviously without the actual wooden thing, inside your center, not
Correct.
unpacking the
No,
material.
they're not there to unpackage your actual products. Good question. They're just going to take the actual boxes off from the pallet. The pallet is a big wooden thing that no
Right.
child care center wants that in their program. So they're supposed to take that back with them. Okay.
Well, they can use it for art.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right,
Thank you.
the
Next person I have, you're welcome. Gabriela Francis, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, for the products that if, for example, if we get the package of the furniture, if they come damaged, you said that they have to come and pick it up within 10 days. Now, would that be replaced also?
Yes. Yes. So unfortunately, our carriers, although our vendors always tell them, and this has happened to us in prior years, you know, these things are fragile or whatever. Some carriers just literally drop it right in front, right? So yeah, we don't know, and we don't know what's going to happen, but yes, it will be replaced for sure. Your product will be replaced, and that's why I want to make sure that you on this platform that we call Web Author, if that's the one we end up using, that you'll have the ability to go in and put that you have a damaged and incomplete product, and between you and me, we will make sure that you get it. Don't wait a month to call me later. Hey, I never got that product. Stay on top of it. You know, call me. I don't care if you call me 1,000 times. I may be busy, so leave me a message or send me an email. It's a lot better if you send me an email because even if I'm in meetings, sometimes I'm able to respond. So again, that email is going to be on the step-by-step process. I'm going to ask Serena to put it here on the chat. Quality initiatives. I've been communicating with you through ARPA only because it was ARPA dollars. But now that we're in the gist of this, I want my team that have access to the quality initiatives to be able to help me. So if you email me at quality initiatives, that's about this, the materials fair. I'm still going to communicate through ARPA regarding the other initiatives that are pending, right? But quality initiatives will be the materials, the materials fair in case you get in case you have any questions or any concerns. So thank you, Ms. Francis. All right. S. Vargas, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Good morning, Miss Fiorella. Good morning, everybody. I'm representing the ARC from Kendall. Miss Irma's on vacation, the director, the site director. You can send me the email, like that I can place the order.
So the email, so it's, I want to make sure, thank you for asking, but the email that we've been using is the email that was put on the application. It's very hard for me to start picking and choosing if they want to include a friend, a colleague. So for now, I guess what I can do is send me an email at Quality Initiatives and let me know the name of your program, the license number, and I'll make that exception. But for the rest of you, I would rather not get 1,000 people telling me, oh, send it to this email, send it to this email. I need you guys to be on top of your email and check your own emails. You guys have yourselves. I have 1,000 plus providers, so it'll be easier for me. But for you, I'll make that exception because they're out and I don't want you to miss on your shopping days.
Okay, thank you. I
So
appreciate
send me an
it very much.
email,
Thank you.
and we'll get it sorted out. All right, you're welcome. All right, next I see is Miss Cynthia Hereford. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Here, one of my questions is, are y'all gonna make sure that when they deliver that they don't deliver on Saturdays?
Yes, that's a very good question. They're
Or
supposed to
late
deliver.
afternoons?
They're supposed to
they-
deliver Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or 7 to 5, I forget. But yes, during business hours. So they're not supposed to. If you arrive on Monday, you see a package sitting out there and luckily nobody stole it, please call me and let me know or send me an email. I have to stop saying call me because it's easier if you email. Send me an email because I want to make sure I notify that vendor about that. This is a lot of money and we want to make sure these products are received by you guys, and by leaving them outside on a weekend doesn't guarantee you'll receive them. So thank you for asking, but it should be Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or 8 or 7 to 5, something like that.
Yeah, because sometimes they'll deliver after hours and they
Right.
still leave packages out and people could take them.
Yeah, yep, you're right. So please email me if that happens, because that's been told to the vendors multiple times. So it should not happen.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Next on my screen is Heather Marie. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Good morning, and thank you for this informative session. It helps us so much.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to ask a quick question. Were we able, I may have misunderstood you, are we able to log in now and see the amount, or we won't get that till tomorrow?
Till tomorrow, because we're still doing minor tweaks. But tomorrow, when I email you the step-by-step, you'll be able to click on the link, and on that email, it'll tell you what your username and password is.
And the amount that we have to spend as well?
I won't be able to tell you the amount because then I have to send one email at a time. I'm going to send a mass email and blind carbon copy all of you guys. But your amount would be when you log into the portal, it's going to tell you after you verify your account, it'll tell you what your budget is.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Fiorella.
All right, you're welcome. Have a great one. All right, Monica Salgado, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Good, thank you.
I came in a little late. I'm so sorry about that. I jumped
okay.
off of a meeting and came on this one. I wanted to ask you, would you be able to send us this whole recording so that I can share with my principal?
So the recording we won't be able to send. Okay, the recording, what we're gonna do is actually, you know what? Let me figure that out. We'll put it on a YouTube. Yes. What we'll do is for those that missed it, we are recording it for that purpose. But for your principal, also the step-by-step guide of how to do it is gonna be key. But yes, we'll send this out in YouTube format. So I'll have our communications department do that. And I will send it also from that ARPA email. So good question.
Okay, thank you. And I
right.
also saw that you were doing like the purchasing in the same website. Is the playground purchasing there as well?
So if you, I'm not sure if you logged in late, but there's, let me just show you real quick, right? I know we have 15 minutes, so give me 1 second so I can show you guys quick. So yes, if you see my screen, if I go to shop, right now I don't have money, but here I go by vendor or I can go by category. So if I wanted outdoor materials, you can see that the Discovery Source doesn't sell outdoor materials. So I would have to click all and it'll show me what outdoor materials there are.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. All right, next on my screen is Miss Yvette Riano. Again, if you guys have no questions, feel free to log off. The meeting has ended. I'm just answering questions.
Hi, how are you? Thank you.
You're
just want to
welcome.
ask, if you have multiple sites, I would assume there would be a pot for every site, or is it you're doing it for the agency?
No. This is by school program. We've never done anything by agency. So if you have multiple sites, you'll have a different login for each site, and each site is allocated a different amount.
That's what I thought. Just wanted to confirm. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, you're welcome. All right, next is Cherry Blossom Learning Center.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I wanted to ask if we receive an item and it's damaged or incomplete, but let's say that item is like out of stock or it's on back order, but we're still supposed to receive it by June 30th, would we have to wait until the item is replaced, or in that case, we just receive the similar item?
So it all depends. I'll be in constant communication with the vendor, but if something is damaged and the replacement is on back order, if it's not going to arrive before June 30th, then the vendor has to find a very similar product to replace it with. Because everything has to be
Okay,
shipped, delivered, and invoiced by June 30th. So, you know, hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, that's the goal is to replace it with a very similar product.
Okay, and then just one more thing.
Mhm.
You had mentioned that we had to submit the order by Sunday. That's this Sunday, May 28th by
Yeah,
11:59?
you have 4 days, 4 calendar days to shop starting tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, Jason Weiler?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm with In World Academy too. I had a couple of questions and they were answered already.
Okay,
I have one more.
okay.
If, for example, the pallet cannot get through your school because I have a small regular door, if the pallet could not get through your door, how are they gonna do that?
So they're not gonna take the pallet inside the school, okay? Let me make sure I make that clear. And I apologize if I didn't. The pallet's not gonna go inside. The goal is that the shipping carrier, so let's say it's UPS and everything's on a pallet. It's usually not UPS, it's an R&L carrier. It's a big truck, an 18-wheeler.
Right.
They'll unload the package outside of your center and bring the boxes inside. If they don't do that, you immediately send an email and you don't accept the order. Don't sign off on anything that's left, but the goal is that they don't take the pallet inside the school. The goal is that they unload the boxes in your school or family child care home and take the pallet back with them.
Okay, all right, that's
Great
fair.
question.
Thank you very much. Yes,
You're
ma'am.
welcome. All right, next I have Maite Merino.
Hi, good morning. Thank you again for all this you're doing for us.
You're welcome.
So, a few questions were already answered by the questions of my colleagues. One question, my main concern now is just in regard to the acknowledgement part of the process. I want to make sure that I do this okay. So I know they're gonna at the moment that they give us whatever is that they are delivering, we should receive a packing order at that moment. And that one, we keep a copy of that.
Yes, so in the boxes that you get, every package that you order should have at least one packing slip. So one package can be divided into 3 boxes and you'll get only one packing slip. That packing slip, we don't need the original. You're not going to be mailing anything by mail to us. Everything is going to be done online. So you're just going to scan it and put it in the platform that we tell you. So we'll be in communication with you through the ARPA email, letting you know what the step-by-step process is going to be for after you get the materials. We didn't have that quite ready as of today, which is why we didn't really talk about it. But yes, that's a great question. You only get one packing slip. There's no original or copy. You're going to keep it, but you're going to scan a copy and upload it somewhere to us.
Perfect. And of course, we need to sign at the delivery, make sure that at least the number of items and the type of items that they're sending are the ones that we order and the one that we're receiving, I guess. Right?
Right, because at the end of the day, if I tell you that there's a package A and it has 10 items, and on the packing slip that has 10 items, and you send it to me and you sign it, I'm going to assume you got all 10 items, but what if you only got 8, right?
Correct.
Although we have also, I should tell you guys that I did tell the vendors, they are not allowed to ship incomplete items. So if they're missing 1 box of crayons for an entire package, they better not ship that out, right? So hopefully it doesn't happen, but we are human, mistakes happen, but hopefully that doesn't happen. But yes, if that's the case, don't send me any packing slips until your order is complete.
Perfect. So what I should do is if it comes incomplete, even if it comes, let's say I order eight items and they come 7, and in the note that they have 7, should I receive it even though I have 1 missing? It's not going to be in the note there, even though they say, well, you have something else is coming later, or everything should always come together.
Everything should always come together, but that may be the case. So if that's the case, hold off for a few days. So like, let's say you get your package today and you got 7 items, but you're missing 1 more. Wait another 3 business days because there may be a loose box in that shipping carrier that they didn't deliver, and then upload your materials to wherever platform we have. And I
Perfect.
promise you that we've been really good at communicating with you guys and training you how to do things. So we promise we'll let you know exactly the step-by-step process for the packing slips, because obviously we don't want any of you to have to pay for these invoices. But in order for us to pay, we do have to make sure we have all the backup documentation.
Perfect. Make perfect sense. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you. All right, I know it's almost 10, so if you have to hang up, go ahead, but I'm going to answer these few questions that I have. Next on my screen is Miss Calderine from Bumblebee. Nady?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
I have a question. So this grant is the one that would be considered for the playground, even though we have classroom, outdoor, and pre-K?
Yes.
Okay, which are the other 3 grants that we still have pending?
So they're
I
not
got-
another grant, they're under all the ARPA discretionary. It's just one grant, but there's 5 initiatives. The other initiatives are the ones that you filled out a survey for, which was the early learning software, the business software, and the transition to kindergarten. Those 3 are still pending.
Okay, perfect. That was my question because I saw that there is software here also.
Yes, yes.
So, okay, so we
But
do have
the
those.
software that we're offering for early learning is the Marco Polo, and the software that we're offering for business is not in any of these packages. So yes,
Oh,
slightly
okay.
different.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Miss Lendon, go ahead and unmute yourself. Yvonne?
Hi, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
I do have a question. As far as the acknowledgement form, do you want us to submit one acknowledgement form per order, or is it going to be one?
That's also
for
a great,
entire-
great question. The acknowledgement form should be for your entire $5,000 or $20,000.
Got
The
it.
packing slips will be for every package, but the acknowledgement form will only be one saying, okay, my school has received everything it ordered, that we ordered, whether it was $10,000 or $25,000 worth. But yes, great question.
Okay, great. And as far as the packing slips, in the past, I have received orders without a packing slip. We've received other slips, but not necessarily has it been the packing slip. So in that case, what should we do?
In that case, what I would ask you to do is that whatever process we use and we tell you to use to upload, in that case, I guess since you have to upload packing slips, you can just upload a white piece of paper that says, I didn't receive packages, but I received all my 5 packages. I didn't get a packing slip or something. That's something so that it tells us with your signature, hey, I did get everything I ordered and all the items, but I didn't get a packing slip. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But if in that worst case scenario, just get a white piece of paper that you sign off on with your signature and you date it saying, I've received everything, but no packing slip.
Right, because sometimes we receive the actual form of the truck or whatever instead of.
And that's
sometimes
okay
they're
too.
not- yeah,
That's okay too. You can use, I know exactly what you're talking about. That has happened in the past where you'll get that little pink or yellow slip from the truck
Right.
driver. And you can
Right.
write on that form, no packing slip included, but all products were received, sign it and date it. And then you'll also fill out the acknowledgement form.
Okay, perfect. And as far as the pallets, there has been cases that they've left the pallet there in the back of the building. They are indeed supposed to be taking out with them, correct?
Yes, and if they don't, you email me at Quality Initiatives. Always email me the name of your program, the DCF license number, and tell me the issue. Because then we go back and forth a couple of times because you're emailing me, hey, Fiola, I got left a pallet. Okay, who's this? So yeah, it's super important that you always send me the name of your program and your DCF license because I will make them go back out there to pick it up. It should not be your responsibility.
Okay, Fiorella, thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. All right, next on my screen is Miss Pamela Ewing. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My question is, you said Sunday at 11:59 is the cutoff for ordering. Is it AM or PM?
PM. Great question, PM.
Okay, thank you.
No, you're welcome. That was a great question.
Okay.
All right. Next on my screen, I have Miss Sandy Pickard. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, you can hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Okay. Will we know what day that the items will be arriving? Will they give us a time frame specifically?
That's a great question. No, they won't. Normally, when you order something, it takes probably 2 to 3 weeks, but because of the magnitude of this delivery, it's $12 million worth of materials. I would say that you should give it all the way to like, I would say the beginning of June or the second week of June, and then start getting worried by sending me an email. Hey, Fiorella, I haven't received anything and it's June 10th. But I would hope that that they deliver pretty quickly. I mean, we do have 1,000 of you that are getting these products. So some may be earlier than others, depending on what they have in stock, but they have assured that most of all, actually all these products are in stock. That's why we put them on there. We just hope they don't run out because we don't know how many people are going to order, the quantities that they're going to order. So, but yeah, go ahead and assume that it should take all the way up to June 30th. The goal is that they don't wait till the last day. So I would say you can send me an email if you haven't received absolutely anything by like June 5th or June 10th, and send me an email.
Okay, we're closed for like a few days between the school year and the summer camp. So I just want to, will we know, okay, it's going to be, between this date and this date.
That's a good point. I haven't had that issue of programs being closed up to June 30th. I know some people close for the summer.
No, like it might just be like a few days,
Right.
between the last day of school and the first day of summer camp.
So let's do this. In the meantime, let's say you close on Monday. By Friday, you should be emailing me, hey, Fiorella, I'm going to be out for the school's going to be closed for 3 days and I haven't received anything. Maybe at that point, I'll reach out to all the vendors that you ordered products from, and I'll let them know, hey, this program is closing for 3 days. Because if I can't think of anything else that wouldn't require me to do this transition with you. So I would just say that if you are closing for a day or two or whatever it is, go ahead and notify me by email, the name of your program, the license, and the exact dates that you're closing if you haven't received any products, or even if you received some and not the others. Although if you're closed, and the driver knocks and knocks, they shouldn't leave the products there. They should come back the next business day and again attempt it. I believe there's 2 or 3 attempts. So if that were to happen that you close one day, don't worry about emailing me, because that driver should come back the next business day.
Okay.
But in
that's
that
good.
case, since it's 3 days, you can reach out to me if you haven't gotten anything. We'll work with the vendors directly.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right, Ms. Pickard, you're welcome.
Okay, bye.
All right. Annette's iPhone 2, go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay, I have about 4 more questions left and it's almost 10. So again, if you have to leave, go ahead and do
Hello?
it. Yes.
Hi. I'm calling from Miami Lakes Preschool. How do we put our attendance so you know that we took the Zoom?
So that's what I mentioned that at the very beginning. This was not a mandatory meeting. If you don't shop, you don't shop, you lose out on the money. So there's no need to put your name or license number on this because it was not a mandatory meeting.
Okay, thank you.
No, you're welcome. All right, next on my screen is Miss Ruth. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
Thank you for everything. Just a quick question. My center is only open till 3. So I wanted to know what happens if they attempt to deliver at 4 or 5. I mean, I live about 15 miles away from work, so I can't just rush over to do it. Am I responsible for that? I saw that you mentioned that they can attempt to come the next day, but again, we're only opened from 8:45 to 3.
So the vendors were told, either 7 to 5 or 8 to 5, I can't remember. But if you're closed, that person, UPS, FedEx, you name the carrier, they should not leave the product outside. So they would have to attempt the next day. So even if you close early, it would still apply that he cannot leave the items on the door. Now, if you happen to show up the next day and the items are there, please shoot me an email. Now, let's say it's June 10th. And let's say they did leave it at the door, but guess what? Someone stole it. By June 10th, you're going to be emailing me, Fiorella, I never got package ABC. What do I do? And that's when the vendor's going to say, no, we left it. Yeah, you left it at the door and the provider never got it. So they're going to have to replace it. Which is why we've told them you need to make sure you speak to FedEx, UPS, R&L carriers, all these companies that they're going to use to make sure that that doesn't happen. So if you're closed early, it should be okay. They should come back the next business day.
Okay, thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. All right, Miss Holmes, Harriet Holmes, go ahead and unmute yourself. Miss Holmes, we can barely hear you. I hear a voice, but I can't hear exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, that's those children behind me.
No, your voice is like really far, like very, very far. Okay. Go ahead and try. Go ahead and try. I'm going to unmute you again. Go ahead and try to unmute yourself and try again to speak very close to the mic. If you want, put your face close to your computer. Maybe that's the issue that you're having.
Thank you. right, what I was gonna ask is, when you, tomorrow, you're gonna send us an email. Would it be under the same ARPA discretionary that you're using now?
Yes, yes, we will send you an email under the ARPA. I'll send you the step-by-step and your credentials, how to log in. So yes, it'll be the same email that it's coming from. We're only gonna start using quality initiatives once your orders start coming in and if you have any questions or issues.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, Ms. Holmes, you're welcome. All right, next on my list is Louis. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Louis.
Hi, good morning, Fiorella.
Good morning.
It's a quick question. Is it possible to rewatch this meeting? Because
Yes.
by mistake, we're out of town and we lost track of, we have a different time zone and we couldn't see the beginning.
Yes, we're recording it and I will send it in a YouTube format.
Oh, beautiful. You'll send it to our emails?
From ARPA, it'll come from ARPA. We'll probably just include everything together. I'll include the YouTube, the step-by-step, the credentials of how to log in. If I can get it all done together, I'll send it all together.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. All right, Rudy, next.
Yeah, so I thank you for this.
Welcome.
Just asking, like, so I logged into the ELC website and is it tomorrow we're gonna find out everything that we're supposed to be able to spend?
That's correct, but you're not gonna log into the ELC website. You're gonna log into the link that I send you on the step-by-step guide because although it's part of the ELC, it's not our actual website. It's a different platform. So it's not the ELC website, but yes, everything will be sent tomorrow on the step-by-step guide on the actual document that you receive. Step 1 says, click on this link. So it's going to take you to that link. Step 2 will say, enter your credentials. So again, you'll have all that information tomorrow.
And we don't know the amount yet?
No, sir. When you log in, you'll know the amount.
So is it possible that, like, because my head of school is on the email, is it possible that I can get the email directions if she's celebrating Passover?
Send me an email to ARPA. Let me know the name of your program and your DCF license because I wouldn't want you to miss out on this opportunity if the person that's receiving the emails is on Passover, and some people celebrate Passover till the 30th. So yes, please go ahead and send me an email to ARPA. Let me know the name of your program, your DCF license. Tell me your situation, that the person receiving the emails is not here and that you need the emails to go to this email address, and I'll include you on that email.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, I don't see any other hands, therefore it's 10:04. Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording. Again, an email will go out tomorrow with all this step-by-step, your credentials, and the recording of this session. Thank you again, everyone, and have a great rest of your week. Bye.